Today, we've got the Nintendo game that's been locked away for over 20 years, and we're putting the pedal to the metal in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Plus, the most popular PC game of the year is coming to the Xbox, and we're taking you to PAX West in Seattle. This is the IGN Show.
Hello and welcome to the IGN Show. I'm Miranda Sanchez, and with me is James Thuggin Duggan and William Sunshine Hayes.
Sunshine? Oh, there's ever better nickname than that?
You're a very happy person. How about Smiles?
You right. Coming up on today's episode, we've got a preview of Star Fox 2. This Super Nintendo game was canceled right before release, but now you'll actually be able to play it, and sooner than you think.
Plus, we've got the pro tips you need to take your Madden 18 MUT Squad to the next level.
And later, we'll take you inside the history of a video game icon: fireball throwing, size shifting, dinosaur punching Mario.
But first, it's time to head to Seattle for PAX West.
Here's why PAX is awesome. You can get hands-on time with new big budget games and indie games. You can hang out with your friends and play board games all weekend.
Or run a D&D campaign, or have a LAN party, or go to the panels. There's just too much to do. It's a weekend packed full of fun, and here's a taste of what we saw.
Welcome to PAX, the GamerCon made for the fans, by the fans, and man, there are a lot of fans paxed in here. You see what I did with the PAX? I discussed myself. What did you want to accomplish when you first set out to create PAX in 2004?
Oh, I mean, for us, the thing that really excites me is playing games with my friends. It could be video games, it could be board games. Ultimately, I want to be able to attend a show that really is about the stuff that I think is cool and my friends think are cool. My hope was that there would be a demand, but I couldn't have imagined that it would do what it did.
Welcome to the show floor. This is where the latest hardware and games are showcased. The big ones this year, Monster Hunter World, and of course behind me, Super Mario Odyssey. They're right next to each other, that's nuts. Now, before PAX existed, the only place you could see a show floor like this was at E3, which of course is insider only. But here, the fans come first. Well, first come, first serve anyway. So I've decided I want to play Monster Hunter World. Now that involves waiting in a line, that's just a part of PAX. But you really have to pick and choose what you want to play. The line doesn't look that long. I can't imagine I have to wait that long. Let's find out. Well, it looks like I was wrong. It's a very long line. It wraps around the entire booth. In fact, the end is over there. The start is right here. You can see how long I have to wait. Right, that line was insanely long, but I finally get to play. Let's see if it was worth the wait. So I finished the demo. It was more than 2 hours in the line. It was a long wait, but I forgot all about that while I was playing. Totally worth it. So this is the Indie Mega Booth. This is where you would have found the FTLs, the Super Meat Boys, and the Binding of Isaacs of yesterday. So I'm gonna go find the hits of tomorrow. There's a ton of games at PAX West 2017, but you know what else I'm noticing there are an enormity of this year are dragons, of all things. Don't believe me? Challenge accepted. It's dragon number 1. Haha! Dragon number 2. This is the console free play area, so you can check out any game you like, grab the appropriate number of controllers, go to your assigned station with your friends, anybody else, it doesn't matter, then you can play any game you want. It's a great place to meet up with people. I'm gonna go play Mario Kart. Dragon number 3, well, technically it's a dinosaur and a carnosaur at that. Beautiful anyway.
Wow.
This is an area that is very near and dear to my heart. This is the PC gaming free play area where if you don't have a high-end rig at home, or let's say you came to PAX and you just cannot miss a game of League of Legends or a raid in World of Warcraft, this is the place you come to do it. This is the Tabletop HQ. It's where folks go to take out tabletop games as if it was a library and you check out a book. Things as complicated as D&D to as simple as bananagrams, and then you just need to find a play space. Now I'm gonna go get down on some bananagrams. It's a very appealing game. Just I'm the worst, man. All right, Dragon End, dinosaur number 4, and 5. There are an enormity of awesome builds at the Bring Your Own Computer area, all custom, but this one in particular caught my eye. This is a PlayStation 3 that has been shelled out like a gourd, and just all the various parts of an awesome computer. The heatsink, the power supply is over here. We got a graphics card with liquid cooling, and not to mix up IPs and brands, but now this guy's playing with power. Dragon number 6. Really foul breath though, this one. Yeah, not good. So when it comes to PAX, the badge of honor and the currency of the realm is the pin. And we are here at the Penny Arcade trading event.
Everybody at Penny Arcade has their own character pin that you can only get if you find them. Here, right now, everybody is here. We've all got our pins, and you can come in and get everyone's pin at once. The ultimate pin trading event at the show.
So we hit the show floor. We saw some dinosaurs and some dragons. We went to the Indie Mega Booth and played some indie games. We've experienced PAX in its fullest, and I am exhausted. And this is where you come for this kind of situation. This is the handheld lounge. People play their handheld devices, or they just knock out for a couple minutes like I'm about to do. So I'm gonna take a nap. Thank you so much for walking PAX with me. I've enjoyed it. Good night.
Star Fox 2 is a legendary game because it was never released. The finished Super Nintendo title was cancelled right before it was supposed to come out to make room for the Nintendo 64. But good news, this important piece of history will be one of the games included in the upcoming SNES Classic. And we've got a preview.
Though completed in 1996, Star Fox 2 was shelved for over 2 decades until Nintendo decided to include it as a bonus game in the SNES Classic Edition. The thrill of playing a lost first-party Nintendo game, let alone a Shigeru Miyamoto-produced one, is by far the most appealing thing about Star Fox 2. Its clunky, primitive 3D action felt dated even alongside the Nintendo 64 launch lineup, which is precisely the reason Nintendo shelved it as a late-run SNES game to begin work on Star Fox 64. Historical significance aside, is Star Fox 2 fun to play? After playing the first 2 stages, my feeling is, kind of? Perhaps the biggest upgrade to Star Fox 2 is a welcome one. The map now allows you to choose any target, one-on-one dogfights, Star Destroyer-like mothership takedowns, and classic battles above planets. Each time you pick a target, the enemies on the map move as well. This adds a layer of strategy missing from the first Star Fox. Do you go on the offensive above the skies of Venom, or hang back and defend Corneria from incoming missiles? At some point you'll need to do the latter, as Corneria has a life bar of its own, and we were told that losing it means losing the game. Star Fox 2's 3D polygons, despite being slowly rendered and nearly texture-free, have an abstract quality that I love, but that others will find laughably dated. It doesn't help that those polygons are rendered so slowly you can barely keep track of the target in your crosshairs. But consider what Star Fox 2 is doing for a moment. It has open 3D spaces where you break free of the rails to dogfight or run around on 2 robot legs. On the SNES. That's incredible. It's kind of like running a PSVR on a PlayStation 2. Star Fox 2 may be a historically significant technological marvel, but I'll have to kill a few hundred more space pigs to find out if it's a good game.
Coming up, we'll profile the video game icon that's been going strong for 30+ years.
Plus, we'll cause some trouble in one of the biggest games of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5.
And we'll tell you why Madden NFL 18 might be a game changer. But first, here's some of our favorite cosplay from PAX West in Seattle.
Welcome back to the IGN Show. When you hear the phrase video game icon, there's only one name that comes to mind.
Did you guess LPs from Tetris? Well, you're wrong. Of course, the correct answer is Mario.
Luigi's shorter brother is the original video game superstar, and he's still going strong today.
Mario is the most successful and recognizable video game character of all time, but this wasn't always the case. He made his first appearance in 1981's Donkey Kong, playing second banana to the great ape himself, and was simply named Jumpman. Series creator Shigeru Miyamoto set out to create a bona fide arcade smash with Donkey Kong, but what he didn't anticipate was the lasting appeal of this particular portly plumber. Miyamoto originally envisioned Mario as an everyman character. He was a plumber, he lived in New York City, and occasionally he would team up with his brother to fight the evil creatures that lived in the sewers below. So naturally, when Nintendo decided to try their hand in the home console market in 1985, it was Mario that led them into the living rooms of millions of families across the world. 30 years later, and the original Super Mario Bros. Is still the 5th best-selling game of all time. Fortunately for gamers everywhere, that was only the beginning. Over the coming years, Mario not only became the face of Nintendo, but the mascot for video games, period. Since 1985, Mario has appeared in over 250 games across dozens of platforms. His games have sold over 500 million copies, making Super Mario the best-selling franchise of all time. Furthermore, the 31 core Super Mario games have each sold more than 1 million copies. And why wouldn't Mario be a huge success story? Outside of his wildly successful games, Mario has also been the star of several television shows, comic books and manga, and at least one questionable film. Mario has appeared in dozens of games as a guest star, and his mustachioed mug has appeared in television commercials, on the cover of hundreds of magazines, and on every type of clothing and toy imaginable. Over the course of his tenure, Mario has held an array of occupations, including plumber, doctor, multi-talented athlete, motorist, artist, referee, toy company president, party animal, and intergalactic explorer, just to name a few. Mamma mia! Most of us will always think of Mario as a jovial, goofy, and charismatic adventurer. But ultimately, he's so much more than this. His games are synonymous with quality, and every core Mario game has been lauded by critics and fans alike. Each core game has received dozens of awards, and most recently, IGN called Super Mario Bros. 3 the greatest game of all time. He is universally loved by adults and children, and when you see him on the cover of a game, you know you'll be playing something that's thoughtful, challenging, and most of all, fun. It is the accumulation of these attributes that make Mario more than just the most successful character in the most successful video game franchise. He's also gaming's greatest icon. Bye-bye!
Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the most played, most successful video games of all time. It's hovering around 4th place on the all-time sales list and will probably pass Wii Sports and take the 3rd spot later this year. And there's a good reason for that success. It's really, really fun. So, let's play.
Hey everybody, Max Scoville here. I'm a host for IGN, and I'm with Mark Medina, who is a features producer, and we are playing Grand Theft Auto Online's brand new Smuggler's Run mode, which is a bit similar to PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Is that correct?
It sure is, Max. All right, so here we go.
All right.
We are going to jump out of
Let's
this.
jump out of this helicopter and then try to hang out with our friends.
Yeah.
So, can you try to like stay close to them?
Yeah.
Is that even possible? You're kind of falling out of a plane there.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers, they say, but also don't jump out of planes, they also say.
You know what's funny? I don't know what button to push, so I just push them all.
I mean, that's how real parachutes work, I'm told.
Yeah.
Just push all the buttons and hope for the best.
It's just a guessing game.
All right. Oh. So, Mark, have you played a game before, or
I didn't know there was going to be power lines right there. Oh, so we got 4 teams of 2.
This is going to be bad.
This is, and your teammate.
My teammate is way
over there.
Here. Okay.
If I were you, I would land by a car. Or are you going to try to land by him?
I'm going to try to land by his. I think he's in a car.
Oh.
Or she, whichever. Oh, now they got out of the car.
Oh, you know what'd be so awesome is if you landed on the gunner control.
Let's see if I can. I'm going to try. This is not going to.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Come on, buddy. Come on, keep her straight. Keep her straight.
This is pretty cool.
Oh, this is so cool.
Well, that was pretty cool, all things considered.
Let's say that again in instant replay.
All right, up we go.
Then you got yourself,
Okay.
you got yourself a machine gun.
So now I have a machine gun. Okay, so we keep our eyes out for the other teams.
Yes.
This feels like just a really, just a very messed up game show. I guess that's sort of the idea.
Yeah, here we go. So there's the red guys.
Where are they? Where are they?
They're. Hold on, he's going through a drive-thru really quick. Okay. Got your Big Mac now. Oh, there it is.
Well, that was quick. Anyway,
and that's what happens, boys. And girls, that's what happens.
So I'm decent at parachuting, apparently.
Yeah, much better than I was.
Not so great at regular shooting, but
that one time. Well, you could probably do that forever. Oh,
I'm fine. I'll walk it off. There's really no graceful way to do that, right? All right.
Stuck the landing there.
There's an orange team guy over here. I don't. Well, that didn't go great. What did he do? How did that even happen?
Coming up after the break, we'll help your MUT Squad gain the upper hand in Madden NFL 18 and take you to the Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle. We'll be right back. This year's edition of Madden has Tom Brady on the cover, and while it's easy to get lost in his handsomeness, there's important things to discuss.
Like how to dominate with your MUT Squad. The 3-on-3 online action is intense. And if you want to be the best, here's IGN Associate Editor Bobby Amos with 3 very helpful tips.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby 1984, and I'm here to give you 3 tips to be successful in Madden NFL 18's MUT Squads. Tip number 1, complete the solo challenges. It's the easiest way to earn coins that you can use to purchase players to fill out your team on offense, defense, and special teams. Do you want to run the ball or do you want to pass it downfield? Doing this allows you to build your team up to fit your play style. Tip number 2, you want to see which player in your squad has the higher rated offense and defense and choose those captains accordingly. I know we all want to throw 80-yard TD bombs and we all want to run the ball for 250 yards, but if you don't have those ratings, you shouldn't be in control of it. So let the person that has the best offense and defensive ratings control those players. Doing this ensures that you have the most potent offense on the field at the time and the most dominant defense out there shutting down the opposition. Tip number 3, you want to come in with a game plan. For example, on offense, you want to focus on running the ball and completing short passes. Downfield passes could be too chaotic. If you throw too many passes downfield, you give the opposing team chances to get interceptions. On defense, you want to make their team one-dimensional. You want to shut down their run game and make them pass the ball on every down so that your team can get interceptions. There you have it. Those are 3 tips to be successful in Madden 18 MUT Squads. I'm Bobby 1984, and for all your Madden 18 news, check out IGN.com.
When the IGN Show returns, we're taking a trip up north to Seattle for the Penny Arcade Expo. If you love games of all kinds, then this is paradise. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the IGN Show. There are many great reasons to head to Seattle for PAX West, and a big one is the fact that you can discover so many cool indie games.
Microsoft held a special event with over 50 titles on hand to play, and we were there to get our hands on as many as we could.
We are kicking off PAX West here at the Microsoft campus with the annual ID at Xbox event. It's an event where you get to check out some of the coolest independently developed games from some of the coolest indie devs. All the games here are super cool, but here are 3 that really stood out to me. Hello Neighbor is a seriously tense stealth game where you're tasked with breaking into your neighbor's house and uncovering the secrets that he undoubtedly hides. His house is full of traps and puzzles though, and if you make a big enough sound, he'll come running, sending you back to your house and putting the pieces of his own back together. It's a really tough game, but that's what makes it so much fun. Hello Neighbor is coming to Xbox One on December 7th this year. Ooblets couldn't be any more different from Hello Neighbor. It's an adorable farming RPG that's a mix of Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Stardew Valley. Though it's being created by a core team of just 2 people, Psychonauts developer Double Fine has put its backing behind it, which gives us extra hope that it'll be awesome. In the time I played, I explored a town, tried my hand at farming, and battled all sorts of critters to recruit them. Steven Universe Save the Light is an action-adventure RPG based on the hugely popular Steven Universe TV show. Mixing turn-based battles with real-time reactions, there are 8 playable characters who can use creative abilities ranging from archery to guitar solos, with voice acting from the actual cast. Outside of combat, there are a bunch of exploration and puzzle elements, definitely more than the previous game, Attack the Light. It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One sometime this year.
Coming up on the next IGN show, we'll take a break from playing Destiny 2 just long enough to give you our review in progress.
Plus, we'll head to PAX West for Nintendo's incredible indie game event, and then break down the evolution of the year's surprise hit, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
That wraps it up for this episode.
And remember to keep it locked to IGN.
Thanks for watching. Bye!